What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a Chicago Bulls and New Orleans Pelicans game reaction, where I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, I was very disappointed in the Denver Nuggets game. It was at home, we got blown out, everything was appalling, and today I'm downright pissed, in all honesty, as we lose once again to the New Orleans Pelicans without Zion Williamson, a team that played a back-to-back, and we look like the team that played the back-to-back. We played appalling basketball. We had no energy once again, and we lose in pretty stunning fashion, all things considered. So we're going to be talking about that game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry it took a while for me to make this video. Obviously, real world things got in the way. Things that didn't make me upset got in the way. But at the end of the day, this game was very, very upsetting, and I'm going to be talking all about it in this video. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls game. Don't worry about no player of the game. Don't worry about this guy played well and everybody else didn't. I'm sorry. This is once again a team failure. Every single person in this team failed us today, including the coaching staff. This was embarrassing in every sense of the word. And again, how is a response like that acceptable? I've been saying it. We lose, we get blown out by Denver at home. I still believe that loss is worse than this one, but this is still pretty bloody bad, ladies and gentlemen. And at the end of the day, we wanted a response. We needed a response. Everybody's saying it's unacceptable. We can't come out like this. We can't speak. We can't go and bring out the effort that we did. We've got to be better. And what do? The exact same thing. The exact same dreaded second half performance that it was. In the first half, yes, we played okay. We kept it close. We kept it competitive. There was some really good defense being played. But by that second half, I don't know what happened. I don't know why the reaction was the way that it was, but this team gave up. This team did not bring the energy. This team did not want to give the effort. This team folded away from home. And that is disgusting in every sense of the word. And it comes down to everybody. You can pick one person, you can pick the coaching staff, you can pick certain players, but at the end of the day, this is embarrassing from everybody. And this is unacceptable from every single person here. So I'm going to get started on the coaching staff, because why not, ladies and gentlemen? We have a lot to get through. In all honesty, 99% of Bulls fans are probably done with Billy Donovan after this performance. They may have given him a chance after Denver, but two back-to-back losses, two back-to-back blowout losses is definitely a thing where people have given up on the team. People are giving up on Billy Donovan, and maybe it's time to move on from him. In my eyes, Billy Donovan has one more thing to do until I'm completely done with Billy Donovan, until I completely give up with his coaching style. And that needs to be to make changes to this team. No more silly rotations, no more silly adjustments. You got to change the starting lineup up big time. I think it's very clear that this starting lineup does not play well together. DeMar, Zach, and Vooch do not play well together. Io and Patrick Williams do not necessarily play well with the starting lineup either, and those guys are starters as well. You've got to start switching things up, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, there are three positions there that I think we could clearly see are, positions available. Obviously, Goran Dragic for Io DeSumo. You got Javonte Green for Patrick Williams, who again, hopefully Patrick Williams gets well. As much as I'm angry with everybody, the last thing I want to see on this team is another injury. So hopefully Patrick Williams, it will get better and it's not a serious injury. But his spot is obviously up for grabs, and I really 100% believe Nikola Vucevic's spot is up for grabs as well. But these are the positions that need to be changed, because we know we're not going to be changing DeMar and Zach. We're not sending any of those guys to the bench. We're not sending a max contract player to the bench. We're not sending our leading scorer to the bench. But the other three guys, their spots are up for grabs, and I feel like some changes have to be made. I don't know which changes they're going to have to be, but if we're going to face Orlando with the exact same starting five, the exact same bench, it's not going to prove anything, even if we win the game. Magic are a team that's going to be tanking, so at the end of the day, they may very well not give 100% effort in this game because they know what's at stake. For the Bulls, this changes nothing, because after that Orlando Magic game, we're going to be facing harder teams to come, and we're going to see the same exact performances. This team has talked about good communication. This team has talked about energy. This team has talked about everything of that nature and how it's unacceptable, but I've always said it. Actions speak louder than words. The actions did not replicate the words. The actions did not replicate how unacceptable it was. In fact, it made it a whole lot worse. So yes, a lot of people that I guess, are angry. You have every right to be angry. I'm thankful this is away from home, so you didn't see loads of Chicago Bulls fans waste their money. But for all the Bulls fans that did end up going to New Orleans, and maybe even, I guess, to watch that team play, because they're an exciting team, I give once again full credit to the Pelicans. I feel sorry for you for seeing that Bulls team give up the way that they did. That is the part that pisses me off. I hate when Bulls teams give up. I haven't questioned their effort a lot and their energy a lot, but the last 2 games I have, last year I did it quite a few times. This is just truly unacceptable performances from the Chicago Bulls. And the coaching staff, if you're going to save your job, if Billy Donovan is going to save his job, you have to make changes. This is the last step. If we see a change in the starting lineup and things are still the same, then not only have I lost a lot of faith in the players, I've lost a lot of faith in the coaching staff, and that has to change. And I don't know how we're going to see it change. I don't know when we're going to make that decision. I don't know when we're going to make that big move, but it has to happen now, ladies and gentlemen. This performance, 2 back-to-back blowout losses, again, for a team that's trying to aspire to do something, a team that's now 6-9 on their record, that's unacceptable for me. But we can't blame the coaching staff for everything. These players, I don't know what it is. I don't know what makes them tick. I don't know what makes them go. I don't know how to motivate these players. But the fact that this team, that had 3 all-star level players, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic. Arguably right now we only have 1 all-star level player in DeMar DeRozan. At the end of the day, this team, it's just embarrassing to watch now. This is honestly embarrassing to watch. The energy, the levels that we showed in that second half. Did you see how bad of a defensive team we were today? Now, usually defense, again, our offense sucks, and it still sucks. This offense is dreadful. Our starting 5 is extremely predictable. It's extremely frustrating, and again, it shows in our offense. We are not a good offensive team from the beginning of the year till now. That speaks volumes, because last year we were a great offensive team. Even without Lonzo Ball, we were a great offensive team. This year, we're not even close to that team. We've got to find ways to get back to that level. Changes had to be made by the coaching staff. But if we're not going to try on defense, ladies and gentlemen, there's no point showing up to the games. I tell you what, better than changes, find the people that are not trying. Find those people that are not trying and make a statement. At the end of the day, me personally, if you're asking me, I'll make a video about this down the line as well. I would start Goran Dragic right now over Ayo Dosunmu. Not saying Ayo Dosunmu doesn't try. I think he tries very, very hard. But at the end of the day, we've got to get some stability in this team again. And I don't think Ayo's performance against the New Orleans Pelicans could cut it. Patrick Williams played amazing defense, but couldn't get himself to get going aggressive to the basket. He couldn't get aggressive shots. And again, I think Patrick Williams is the only player that actually played some elements of defense in this game. And he kept Brandon Ingram very quiet in terms of scoring. So you can hate on Patrick Williams all you want. You can say it's Patrick Williams' fault all you want. But at the end of the day, name another starting 5 player that played defense, because I don't think you'll find many of them. That's appalling. And of course, maybe changes have to be made in Patrick Williams' position. I genuinely think our starting center, Nikola Vucevic, has a chance to get benched. And I think it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. Vucevic is a great player. He's putting up great stats. That's all fine and good. But so far, this big 3 cannot play well together. And one of them has to go. One of them has to go to the bench, in my opinion. And we know we're not going to put DeMar or Zach on the bench. We know it in our hearts. Be honest with ourselves, it's not going to happen. And for many people, Vooch going to the bench is not going to happen either. But Andre Drummond is a capable center. Andre Drummond is still putting up close to double-double stats every single night. Yes, the offense is going to struggle, but our offense is already struggling. So what do we have to lose by trying something like that? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but there has to be changes made. Put the guys that want to play 100% defense all the time into this team, and we'll live with those results. Because what I'm seeing right now from the starting lineup and from some of the bench, it's not a team that wants to play defense. It's not a team that's giving their effort. It's not a team that, I guess, is trying. And that's disgusting, in my opinion. And we cannot let that slide. Again, I hope I've said everything. I hope I didn't miss anything. But yeah, I'm very, very frustrated, ladies and gentlemen. And you can't just blame the coaching staff for things like this. Yes, there are big faults. His rotations, in my opinion, have been diabolical. And that small ball lineup really, really ticked me off, ladies and gentlemen, because we saw Valanciunas enter the game. We saw the Pelicans, I guess, announce team praise how good their coaching was in this game. Because as soon as we went small ball, chuck in Valanciunas, he's having a great game. May as well put him in against Derrick Jones Jr. Easy money all day long. And that's exactly what they did. That small ball lineup ticked me off. Of course, our rotations have been bad, and that was the icing on the cake for me. So if Billy Donovan, in my opinion, wants to save his reputation as the Bulls coach, he's got to make some changes to this team. Changes have to be made. I don't care what changes they are. That's going to be up to him. We'll live with the results. If they're not good enough, then I have no faith anyway. But changes have to be made. And I'm sure he knows that himself. You can't keep going on like this. You can't keep going on with the effort of this team. It's truly unacceptable. And the players have to do better. In my opinion, the players have disgraced the shirt, disgraced the jersey the last 2 days. A home blowout is, in my opinion, always unacceptable. And it doesn't matter what the team is, you got to compete at home. You got to defend your home court. You got to give the fans something to cheer about. In the response game to get blown out as well, that's just not good enough. That's just embarrassing. And again, that's unacceptable as well. And the fact they did not have, we got to also consider this, they did not have Zion Williamson. That's their leading scorer. That's their best player. In terms of all statistics, he's probably their best player. He's a good passer, good in the post, very good scorer, and he causes a lot of problems that forces every team to double team him. That is their best player that's out. They played a back-to-back against the Memphis Grizzlies, and they still walked all over us in this game. They had more of their energy. They played with more fire. They played with more passion. And the Bulls have embarrassed themselves and disgraced the jerseys that they're wearing. And none of them should be wearing it after that game, in my opinion, with how bad it was. But we know that's not going to happen. We know they're going to be wearing the jersey again. The Bulls' record is 6-9. Must improve is the whole team. Player of the game is none of the team. And our next game is against the Orlando Magic. Orlando is a team that I'm scared of. I'm not going to lie. With the effort that we've been showing recently and their matchup problems that they're going to give to us, I'm petrified of this Orlando Magic team. I don't care if they're tanking or not. I have a feeling Wendell Carter, if he's playing, is going to have a very big game against the Chicago Bulls, in all honesty, because our center position has been piss poor, and they play with length, and we play small ball. I can only see one way this is going, but I know the Bulls, and I think they're going to try and make a statement in this game. I think they're going to try and win this game convincingly, but does that change anything after 2 blowout losses? I guess we'll have to find out on the night. But yes, extremely disappointing performance. I'm not happy with any of the Bulls players on this team, and I think we have to make some sort of changes. Whatever the changes are, we got to make them. It's time. No more mediocrity. The Bulls said they don't want to settle for mediocrity. Change this lineup. Move some players around. Put some guys in the starting lineup that maybe we know are not going to be there long term, but can make something happen now, and switch the bench up. Make this team more sustainable as a team. It's not going in the direction that we needed to go in. And this has been one of the worst losses of the year once again. And it's coming off of a very bad loss against the Nuggets. Disappointing. Very, very disappointing. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Again, I went from disappointed to downright angry. I did not like this performance. And I'm reacting to the game hours later, and I'm still feeling like this. This Bulls team cannot keep showing us that level of performance. I'm sure many Bulls fans have already given up on this team. And most Bulls fans have given up on Billy Donovan. And honestly, when they're showing games like that, it's kind of hard not to. For all the Bulls fans that are actually keeping the faith and keeping, I guess, their hope in the team, I salute you very well. I don't know how you do it, but yeah, you deserve a lot of praise. But again, so many people have given up on this team, and it's so hard not to. I'm holding on, ladies and gentlemen, for dear life. I am. And if we just see the same team coming into Orlando, if we lose that Orlando game, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But thank you for watching. Again, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.